guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be filming an organization video. As you can tell, the title of this video is how to be organized for school, and I'm going to be showing you the different ways that I have used or I'm starting to use to help keep myself organized. But before I get started with this video, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment down below when you guys go back to school. I go back to school on September 10th, so let me know when you guys start. And if you are new, you should subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you get notified every single time I post a video. I've officially made a new uploading schedule, and it is pretty much going to be the same as how it was before, but I'm not going to be posting on Mondays. I'm going to be posting on Wednesdays and Saturdays. And yeah, without any further ado, let's get started with this video. So all the tips that I'll be including in this video work both for online school and in-person classes. This is because I know with the whole current situation, there are going to be some people who have hybrid, so they'll be going to school and having some classes online. Or if you're like me, I'm doing my entire first semester completely online. So I try to make these organization methods effective for everyone. I used to be a huge fan of using paper to plan, so I would have physical calendars, planners, and I would just use paper to make to-do lists with everything. But then after taking into consideration the amount of paper I actually used doing all these things, it was actually a lot. I just decided to go completely digital when it comes to planning, and I feel like it's a lot easier and more efficient because paper doesn't give you a notification to let you know that you haven't started your assignment that's due in 10 minutes. So the two main programs that I use to organize myself are Google Calendar and Notion. So actually, before I never used Notion or Google Calendar. I am now using it as like a test drive for my first semester of university, but I have been seeing other people's videos of them using those two programs, and I've also tried using it for like the past couple of months to kind of just get myself accustomed to it, and I feel like I would really like using them. So I'm just going to show you how I have decided to set those programs up. Winter do be drying up my lips. So the first program I'm going to be talking to you guys about is Google Calendar. So Google Calendar is very nice because it is available to everyone as long as you have a Google account. I'm pretty sure if you're watching this video, you have a Gmail account, so you have access to Google Calendar. Can you watch YouTube videos without a Google account? I don't think so. So I like Google Calendars better than Apple Calendars because Google Calendar is more visual and like it's more appealing to the eye. So if you like things that look aesthetically pleasing, then you can use Google Calendar. But now I'm just gonna switch over to a voiceover, and you guys are gonna see the setup that I have currently made for Google Calendar, and I'm gonna explain to you how I kind of put everything together, the different types of calendars I've set up, and also how to get a nice aesthetically pleasing color scheme because I feel like I need it to look nice for me to want to use it. So I'm going to show you how I do that and how you can find your own color scheme. And yeah, I'm also just going to go in a little bit about time blocking. So yeah, let's go ahead and check that out. Okay guys, so here you see this is what my Google Calendar looks like. Obviously right now, because I'm not in school, it doesn't look as filled up and time blocked, but I did make a draft day in September so that you could kind of see how it would look like. So I would block everything from like sleep so that I know when exactly I have gaps, so that I could put in things like hanging out with friends and family, or squeezing in study time, squeezing in time to like film and edit. If I go on this day in specific, this is what it would kind of look like. This is basically how I set up my calendar, and since all my classes are based in Toronto time, which is GMT -4, I did put the time on the calendar over here next to my time so that I'm kind of aware of the change in time zones. And then also over here I put Toronto time over here, so I'm aware of the time. Over here are the different types of calendars that I have. So I have classes, friends and family, rhythmic gymnastics, schedule, selfish, and YouTube. Selfish is kind of things that I'm taking for myself. Schedule is like things that I'm just gonna put in. They don't necessarily have a specific category of like priority, but it's just things that I have to do. So like appointments, the amount of time it takes for me to drive if I wanna like time block, so that I'm just kind of aware of where my time is going. Then obviously like gymnastics, YouTube classes, friends and family is all self-explanatory. The biggest thing that I would say for Google Calendar is finding a nice color code. When you're like choosing your calendar colors, they have these colors, and then you can like add your own colors like so. So how I sort of came up with this like brownish, earthy toned theme, you just Google aesthetic hex codes right over here, and you open up your Google Images and you just find a color palette that appeals to you. So let's say this color palette appeals to you, then you have all of these codes codes that load underneath. When you're changing your color, you go here and you type the hex code right over here and it changes to the color that you want. So if you want to know the specific colors that I use, if you want to use this exact theme, this is the page that I got, and yeah, you can just screenshot or pause the screen, and I used all of these colors in my calendar. So yeah, that is how I use Google Calendar. Now we're gonna be moving into my baby, which is Notion. Notion is like my child. My entire life is organized in Notion. Basically what you have to do is you make a workspace, and in that workspace you can make different categories, and I have 2 categories that I'm using. I have my life planner, which is like everything, and then I have my university planner, which is university, but I'm just gonna go into detail about all of that in my voiceover. Notion is completely free for students. So yeah, if you're in middle school and you're watching this video, you're in high school, you're in university, you're in grad school, I don't know if any grad school people are watching this, I doubt it. This can be available to you and you can use this. I used to use Apple Notes to organize everything in my life. Like in my MacBook video, I kind of showed that I have different folders on my Apple Notes, but then I decided to switch over to Notion because with Apple Notes, you don't have templates that make everything more visually appealing and also easier to understand, if that makes any sense. But yeah, Notion's templates have different functions, which just makes everything a lot easier to organize. So yeah, let's switch over to my voiceover so that I can show you guys how I use Notion. Okay guys, so Notion is like my baby. When I first got it, I didn't really understand how to use it, but then I ended up watching a few videos of other people. So like my Notion setup, like for this school setup, is inspired from a video that I watched, which I'll put in the eye right up over here, or I can actually try and duplicate my template in the description, and then you can copy it and like rearrange it to yourself. So basically this is how I would organize it for school. So I labeled it University Planner F, and the F just stands for fall, so this is for fall semester. And then what I would do towards like winter semester, because I'll have different classes, is I'll just duplicate this and then rewrite it. And I'm just gonna explain my setup and my organization method, but obviously it's not complete right now because I don't have access to my syllabi. Here at the top we have a master schedule, and this is a template that comes with Notion. Most of these templates come with Notion, so you can even find them for yourself without duplicating my full template. So basically what it is you put everything from every single class so that you can visualize your whole semester, so that you know when exactly you have certain quizzes, tests, all these kinds of things that you would be notified about. So the status column is obviously to tick it if it's done. Then here there's course, and when you click on it, it just brings a drop menu of all of my classes, which are color coded. Then I would name the task, then the date, this will just bring out a calendar. Then type, you can choose what types you want, and I can say it is an exam. And then also when you put in the date, it automatically sorts them by date so that it's going from the most recent assignment to the later assignment. So it really helps organize everything since it does that automatically, so you don't have to manually rearrange everything to know what order it's happening in. And then at the top, I just kind of put my degree. So I got into the Faculty of Arts and Science in Mathematical and Physical Sciences, and I'm planning to get a computer science specialist degree. Then over here, I made a weekly task list so that every single week I update it with what I have to do. So I add new tasks, like I say, do page 7 notes, something like that. So I have like a bunch of things that I haven't done for like now, but then let's say I start doing page 7 notes, I move it to in progress so I know that I have started it but it's not done. But then once it's done, it's complete. So everything that's complete will be in the complete, then in progress will be in progress, and not started would be in not started. So this is especially helpful if you have asynchronous classes and you have to manage it by yourself, since your teacher only gives you your information on one day of the week. And also why this will be really good is that you'll be able to differentiate between the tasks that you have started and the tasks that you haven't. Whereas if it was just a normal checklist, there'll be so many things that won't be ticked because you only tick things when they're done. When you look at it visually, you think that you haven't started anything, but with this setup on Notion, you know what you have started, and it just makes it easier for you to tell what has been started and what you need to start. Then over here, I just have all of my classes individually. I actually have to change it because I think I'm gonna drop intermediate Spanish. When you open it, it's basically gonna be the syllabus, and this is a template again that's available on Notion. But yeah, this is just another way to kind of just like keep your syllabus, your syllabi in one place. So I did it for all of my classes. Then down here, I kind of just made my own weekly schedule. So this doesn't have the times of the classes, but this is just for me to know what days the classes are going to be on. It just gives you an overall visual of what classes you're going to have that day. And then obviously towards the time when I start getting more information about my asynchronous classes, which is sociology and psychology, I will just allocate days by myself of what days I want to do those classes. Then the last thing that I put here is just a link to textbook PDF that I found on Reddit. This is essentially kind of a brief overview of how I would plan stuff for school, but now I'm gonna show you how I would plan my life. I decided not to show you guys the section of where I showed you my life planner because this video was just gonna be so long. But if you guys are interested in me showing you how to organize your life so that you want to balance things like social life, school, and work if you have a job or something, I can definitely do a video on that, on how you can use Notion to just make everything so efficient. So yeah, that is how I use Notion. I really hope this video was useful to you guys in seeing the ways that I organize myself digitally, and hopefully you found something here that was helpful. You can take away from this and you can use it for your upcoming school year if you are getting into school. If you found a way to use any of this in any way, let me know in the comments. It would be really cool to know that you got inspired by my organization system. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and also leave a comment down below about what school year you're going into. As I said before, if you're new, you should subscribe and hit the notification bell. I am now going to be posting twice a week, as I said at the beginning, so Wednesdays and Saturdays, so you won't be seeing me on Monday. And yeah, that is all from me today. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys whenever you decide to come back to my channel. Bye!